I've made quite a lot of videos over the years on different churches and my experience of them kind of being a flag waver. I've probably annoyed quite a lot of people and gained gained audiences and lost them. And all along the way, I just think this is time to pack those kind of videos in, at least for the foreseeable. And the reason why, first of all, my journey is my specific journey. It's maybe some people have appreciated that, but not everyone is an ex-Roman Catholic monk. And so right off the bat, I've got a particular, and I was quite deep into that journey. And so I've got a particular angle, and that's quite a unique and quite a personal angle. And so what am I putting it all over YouTube for? So forgive me if I've caused offense at all. The other thing I'd like to say is reading Raymond Ibrahim recently, The Sword and the Scimitar. I don't have it on me, but what an author. Now, he's all over YouTube lately. He's been interviewed by some of the top apologists, and the guy is fantastic. He's got fantastic knowledge of Islam. He's an Egyptian Copt who did his studies and his work basically on Islamic Christian relations over the last 14 centuries. And The Sword and the Scimitar, the book, is about these relations. And he shows how history is often airbrushed, that actually there is this warfare that's been raging over the centuries. It's not just a case of, oh, well, those horrible Westerners with the Crusades, and off they went, and that kick-started all the grief, and we can only blame ourselves. And if we'd just been nice, Raymond Ibrahim is going to really show you that right off the bat, there's been, Islamic Crusades, there's been, three quarters of Christendom was taken over at the time of the Crusades. The mainstays of Christendom was gone. So Northern Europe, Western Europe, was the late Johnny come lately on the scene of Christendom. They were the new kids on the block. The mainstay of early Christianity was Egypt, Syria, Israel, and these, of course, fell to Islam. They became Islamic, and the Christians suffered tremendous persecution and still do in these lands often. He shows it with very well documented, very scholarly insights into the various battles, the various kings, the various leaders on both sides. He's got a book about 8 Christian heroes that warred against Islamic conquest. He says that basically the West was formed as a result of Islamic invasion into the West. Um, and so I really just think, with everything that's going on in the world, with all of the challenges that we face, it is definitely time for Christians to be coming together. And therefore, I just think this nitpicking on endless debates about should we be bowing to icons? Is it licit to pray to the Virgin Mary and the saints? Should you be a card carrying a Calvinist? You know, all of this stuff, we'll be debating that when Jesus returns. And it's a nonsense. After a wee while, it's a nonsense. If you found a good church, go enjoy it, live in it, grow in it. And yeah, let's be card carrying Christians for this culture, and let's be winning souls for Christ and rescuing people from their sleep, and also from the brainwashing they've received in liberal secular academic education systems. I say that as a teacher. There's a lot missing in the of what we're taught and what we inevitably teach. Uh, and in no less do we see this than when we're looking at Islamic Christian relationships. Raymond Ibrahim points this out in his books, and he says that's one of the reasons why he's writing, why he's set up a YouTube channel, why he goes on the air and writes articles endlessly to educate people who've been hoodwinked by the secular agendas of demolishment, of demolishing the West, and with that, these secular forces find an ally, well, in, let's say, not Christians anyway. So this is a real opportunity for all Christians to come together, to pray together, and even if they're not praying together, to pray, to witness, to evangelize. And so, yeah, having read, some of Raymond Ibrahim, watching his videos, I just think, yeah, it's time to stop arguing Catholics among Protestants, Protestants with Orthodox, etc. It's really just a distraction. Europe is on its knees, and we need to be addressing that rather than squabbling among ourselves. I'll leave it there. Just to comment on these books, phenomenal books, Jerry Bridges, Transforming Grace. It's interesting here, he talks about everything is grace. God doesn't love us for our performance. It's based on, Christ's performance on the cross, what he's done principally, that everything is grace, that we look to him. These are beautiful books designed to be kind of studied in small Bible groups, small reflection groups, or just on your own. It talks about the performance treadmill. It really looks at what grace is and all the rest of it. But then we have a paradoxical book by the same author, the Discipline of Grace. So, okay, everything's grace, but that grace requires a certain discipline. So he looks at these disciplines here, that we've died to sin, we've risen to a new life in Christ. Yeah. But as I say, I'm really just resolved to shut my mouth now about all these divisions between Catholics, Protestants, and Orthodox. And I really just think, if you've found a good church that you can go to, well, you know yourself, you feel peace there, you feel the blessing there, and it won't be perfect because, hey, what is perfect in this life? This life was really perfect. We would never leave it, or we wouldn't want to leave it, and then there would be another pain and another suffering. So suffering is embedded into our walk with Christ, of course, and part of that is the struggle to find authenticity in church. But where you find a church where you think, yeah, this ticks a lot of boxes, then God bless you. You've been very blessed. And for me at the moment, I sometimes find, well, that means going to several churches. And I will do so. And if anyone's got a problem with that, then, well, it ain't North Korea, thanks be to God, that I'm broadcasting from. All right, all the very best. God bless you. And there we are. Adios. Your prayers.